Page 10 on cloud 9. It sounds a little different, but hey, it works. At the top of the page, they're talking about whole steps. Remember, we've had half steps. A half step is the closest distance between two notes. It's the next note up or down, white or black. Here, if I have this note, I go up, that's a half step. If I go down, that's a half step. Here, if I go up a half step, if I go down, it's a half step. That's it. Well, a whole step is simply two half steps. Two halves make a whole. So it's like here, I go up a half step, I go up another half step. Well, the distance between here and here, that's a whole step. It's got one note in between them. One note. If I go here, a half step, and another half step, that's a whole step. It's got one note in between. If I go here, half step, that is a whole step because it's got one note in between. It's a whole step. And we don't go bigger than whole steps. It's either half steps or whole steps, and we can figure out everything else we need to know based on half steps and whole steps. Keep it in mind because we're going to be using this whole step and half step as we go and get in a little bit deeper into music theory. On cloud 9, this piece is actually built on whole steps. There's a thing called a whole step scale. There's only two of them, really. And that is where the pattern of, see, a scale is a set pattern of whole steps and half steps. Yeah, okay. Well, a whole tone or whole step scale is simply all whole steps. And so if I start here and I can build it up to here to the next C, and I only use whole steps, I get here, here, then here. So I got white keys here and black keys here, but it's a whole step between every note. Because from here to here is a whole step, there's one note, and from here to here is a whole step, that's one note. And these are whole steps, so it's... The harmony sounds different. The other one is if I have black keys here and white keys here. So whole step, whole step, whole step. So I got this one, I got this one. Take your pick, that's it, okay. Well, this whole thing is built on whole steps. So I just go through the process I normally use, and it usually takes me to the end. I look it over, it's 4 lines long, treble bass clef, 4/4 time signature, and I see a bunch of eighth notes, half notes, whole notes, and there's all kinds of flats and sharps all over, which you'd expect with a whole tone scale. I'm going to take it both hands at the same time because it's usually one hand or the other playing. So we're starting out with 4th finger here, and the right hand is here. So it's 1 and 2, and then here, then 2. You don't need the 3, 5, you just do it. And those are the only fingers available. And then do it again. Okay. Second line, we'll go down a little bit. Here. Same thing in the right hand, only the left hand move. Third line, we're down another one. Oh. And the end of the third line, we're down here. Now, we're going to use 5th finger. Here, and then right hand takes over. Here. Left hand comes across to do that one. They're all whole steps. Hold that down and you do these, and then that together, the G flat, B flat together. And then the note at the end is an F, a C. 2 ledger lines below bass clef, just memorize that. It is a C. 2 octaves below middle C, it's a C. Because 2 ledger lines above treble clef is a C. C's are symmetrical. Yeah. Now let's go back and put in these 8VA things. At the beginning, you're starting here, there's no 8VA. But then at measure 3, both hands 8VA. That means both hands are moving an octave. And whether you go up or down, that depends on where the 8VA is. If it's above the staff, you go up. If it's below the staff, you go down. Here it's above the staff, so we're going to go down. Now we're up here. Same notes, we're just up here. So as I'm doing this, I got got to get the left hand ready to go. Have it up here, ready to go on the F. So as it's playing, then I get the right. And then in the second line, measure 5, you back down here. So while I'm holding that, I get the left hand down. As I'm playing the 8th notes, I move the right hand. And again, both hands ABA. So now I got to get the left hand up here. Just hover it over, have it ready to go. So when I'm done with that, I can immediately play it. And as I'm playing the 8th notes, I move the right hand up. And you stay in there. I measure 9. You stay in there. You just come down a little bit. You're still ABA. And then I measure 11, both hands 15 MA. Well, 15 MA means 2 octaves because 8 and 8 is 15. Did you know that? Well, in music it is. It's because we don't start with 0. I don't want to get into it. Just know that it's 2 octaves. So I'm here. 1 octave is here. 2 octaves, I'm simply going to come up here and let the hover over so you're ready to go. So when that's done, you can just play it. And then the right hand comes up here. And then it goes, see the LOCO, local, that means you go back to the where you're at, locally. Go play it where it's written, down here. Then you're up here, here, and there's no AVA in this anywhere. And to the last measure. Now you have an 8VB. They could say AVA. Some music does. AVA or AVB. The point is it's below the staff, you go down. So instead of this note, go down and that note. If you have a short keyboard and you don't have the note, you play the lowest C you have. You got to use what you have, and that's just the way it is. So if you have it, then you go down and play that. Here. So you're moving around quite a bit, and you're moving while you're playing one hand or holding one hand. So you're always looking ahead, because you got to go back through now slowly and work out all the hesitations. Once the hesitations are gone, then we have the articulation, and this is connected. You just connect all of this. You might have to lift up every couple of measures because one hand might be in the way. That's fine. You can lift up every for the phrasing. Then the dynamics, MP, and it's going to be both hands. Mezzo piano or sort of soft. Now soft. Back down to mezzo piano, sort of soft. And soft. And then you go back and forth. Mezzo piano, okay. At the end, this note is very soft. How soft can you play that? Don't use the soft pedal, that's cheating. Do it with that. Just stroke it real gently and stroke it. You're not going straight down, you're coming down in an angle. The slower it goes, the softer it'll be. And this allows you to get it down slowly when you're doing this here. Just have to experiment. How soft can you make that? On an acoustic, you can go down so slowly it won't even play. And once I have the dynamics, I'll think about the speed. Mysteriously, there's no speed. Just in the middle. Somewhere in there. Okay. The thing that really makes it like cloudy and all that is the pedal. We're using it as a special effect because it's going to smear it all together. It's going to give it a certain atmosphere. So this it's held down for each line. Actually, you'd hold it down for the whole thing, but okay, each line. Push it down right after you play the first note. At the end of the line, I'm going to lift it with the hand so I get just a little bit of silence before I go on. Hold it down. Keep holding it down. We're not done yet. Keep holding it down. We're not done yet. Now you can lift it so we get a little bit of silence. Hold it down through all this. And there's a fermata on that. Let that all ring and kind of die away. Just let it die away. And when it gets down nice and soft, then push that down. And keep the pedal down. Now you got all that going. And you let it die away. That's the effect. We're using a pedal here as a special effect. Remember, if you're going to use pedal, use it for a reason. And here it is for the special effect. It is that. Now, I missed it before. I want to include it now as far as the dynamics on measure 13. You see a poco a poco crescendo. Poco a poco means a little by little, a little bit at a time. In other words, we're going to crescendo or get louder just a little bit at a time. It doesn't say for how long, and it doesn't say how much. Isn't that nice? You're starting out here soft here, and as you go up, I suggest maybe every four or each hand gets a little louder. So this is soft, a little louder, up to about a moderately loud. It's up there, or maybe a moderately soft. We're never really getting too loud here. Maybe you only go up to moderately soft. So maybe you want to start this at very soft. I don't know. Here. And then come down soft, and then very soft. You have to experiment and feel it to make it work. Rhythm natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Feel the natural accents as you play this too. Let's play it together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. We're not doing any dynamics. And I'm not going to do the pedal because you hear the notes better without the pedal. We're not performing it. We're just checking notes and rhythm. So I'll give us 4 counts. The fermata there on the next to last finger, I'm going to hold that 8 counts instead of 4. I just double it so I stay with the metronome. 1, 2, ready, and go, and. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Off.